What's good, people? It's Vladji from Alpha Living coming to you with another UFC breakdown. And today we're gonna break down UFC 195, January 2nd in Las Vegas, Nevada. The event is happening in the MGM Grand, and it's Carlos Condit versus Robbie Lawler. So Robbie Lawler is the champion, the current champion. This is gonna be his second title defense. He won 2 fights ago the belt against Johnny Hendricks, and then he defended the belt for the first time against Rory McDonald. So that's gonna be his second title defense, and this is gonna be a really tough fight because he's fighting Carlos Condit, and Carlos Condit is super killer, great fighter, and just a fan favorite of everybody's. So yeah, let's look into both fighters' weaknesses and strengths as usual. We'll start with Carlos Condit. So Carlos Condit has really 2 strengths that I think that will be a key factor in this fight. The first thing is his elusiveness. He moves out of the way very well. He has a really good footwork. You watch the fight and you see him get tagged with combos, but then you watch it in slow-mo, they show the slow-mo, and you see that he actually didn't get hit with that many punches. He gets out of the way, he has nice movement going backwards, lateral movement. So he avoids punches, he avoids punishment quite a bit. It's a kind of awkward guy and awkward movement that it's not easy to predict where he's going to be. And since Robbie Lawler is such a power puncher, he loads up on his punches, Carlos Condit is he has the advantage of moving out of the way and making people chase them and then countering pretty good. So that's a very strong point for this fight for sure. Now the second strength that he has is definitely his awkward striking, his unorthodox combos. He throws things that are not by the books. You cannot just expect him to be a very basic kind of fighter. He throws lots of crazy flying, spinning stuff and knees and crazy kicks. He clipped GSP with a crazy awkward kick and stuff like that. So he's a very interesting, he has a very interesting style, and this awkward striking definitely will go very well with his elusiveness. So it can be elusive, move out of the way from Lawler's combos, and then come back right that his opponent does not expect. So I think this will definitely play in a factor into this fight. Now, in my opinion, Carlos Condit only has one big weakness in his game, and it's actually his takedown defense. He's been exposed many times in fights. He does really good when the fight is standing, but as soon as somebody wants to grapple, they will get him on the ground. Johnny Hendricks put him down many times. Even back in the days with Rory McDonald taking him down a bunch of times. GSP just putting a clinic and putting him down many times. He's just, I think Carlos Condit's weak point for sure is just his defense. He's so awkward and so elusive and stuff, but he doesn't expect when somebody grabs him so low. He's so tall and lanky that somebody just grabs him and just slams him on the ground, and he has a hard time standing up. So he does make it back to his feet afterwards, and he's usually very successful. But in the meantime, while he's on the ground, he does throw some elbows and some punches from the bottom, but still he loses a lot of rounds because of that. Now let's look at Robbie Lawler's strength. He really has one very, very good strength that pretty much helps in every fight, which is his crazy KO power. When he touches dudes, they're out. He can KO people with both of his hands. He can KO people with, head kicks and stuff like that. He is very powerful striker. He's not the most technical guy, but if something lands, you will shut out. So Carlos Condit has a tendency of getting hit. Although he's very elusive, he does get hit in fights. So Robbie Lawler is crazy. He's mentally crazy. He loves the grind and fights with crazy punches and standing in the pocket and trading shots, standing in the middle of the octagon and just fighting his heart out. He's amazing. He's a top guy. He's a champion for a reason. His heart is just amazing, right? So you cannot match his heart in any way. But again, if somebody can come in with a smart strategy of avoiding his KO power, I think they have a really good chance of beating him. So but he's been champion for a couple fights now, as I said, and before he won the belt, he beat a lot of tough guys that had good game plans and everything. So we'll see, this fight will be really tough for anybody. Now Robbie Lawler's weaknesses are he does not check leg kicks very well. He does check them here and there. You watch his fights and he checks them maybe 50% of the time, which is not good against a guy like Carlos Condit. Not that he has crazy powerful leg kicks. but he'll add up for his he'll add up, score lots of points, and just could slow him down throughout the fight. So Robbie Lawler usually just stands very strong on that leg and gets hit with the leg kick and likes to trade shots. So he'd rather take one leg kick in order to give one punch. But with a guy like Condit, we saw him in many fights, scoring lots of points with that. So, you can wait all night for a big bomb, but if Condit is careful enough and just moves around and throws leg kicks the whole time to slow Robbie Lawler down, I could see him just scoring mad points all night long. So overall, I can't wait for this fight. It's going to be an amazing fight. My prediction, I think Condit will win by a decision. I think he will outpoint Robbie Lawler. He'll move around very well. He'll be scoring leg kicks. He'll be scoring some lengthy combos and get out of the way. He will get hit for sure. He'll get cut a little bit because Robbie Lawler is not a joke. He does have a tendency of putting guys out. As I said, he's very strong himself, crazy hard, and it's not likely that Condit will stop him. Although he stopped lots of other opponents with volume punches, and here and there he stopped even with one strike. But it's not likely. Most likely, Condit will be the 5-round decision. He's been training with a movement coach. He's optimizing his game plans with Greg Jackson and Michael Winkeljohn. So I do think that he'll come in with a smart game plan. It'll be a fairly exciting fight. I'm not saying he's going to run around the whole time and not engage, but he'll run around, engage, and get out of the way to make sure he doesn't get hit too much. So, I'm looking forward to it. Robbie Lawler, you cannot count him out. He's, crazy hard, one-of-a-kind hard. But I do think that, Condit will get the decision this time. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe for some more content. Alright guys, take it easy. Enjoy the fights. Peace. Coming to you with another UFC breakdown, and today we're gonna talk about UFC on Fox, Dos Anjos versus Cerrone number 2. I think it's UFC on Fox number 17, which will be happening on December 19th.